is I, superevilgenius, and today we're going to be reading a book written by Mr. Clean about Mr. Clean! Let's begin! Let us begin the book written by Mr. Clean, the din eraser that cleans everywhere. Chapter 1. How to use mot d'emploi, sheets, fouleries, wet and squeeze, mola et presser, erase, effacer, toss, jetter. Mr. Clean wanted to go to the movies. He felt it was such a good day, but when he got to the movies, he was in utter shock. Nobody was practicing social distancing. No social distancing. The antisemity. Sorry, I have pronunciation issues. This enraged Mr. Clean so deeply. He felt the people were so filthy. He pulled out his cleaning materials and began scrubbing viciously the floors and the chairs, spraying Lysol, his own brand products, all over the people, and then scrubbing them too. And most importantly, he complained to the employees that they're doing a bad job maintaining the the building. Sorry, I have pronunciation issues. After he made the complaint, he went back to scrubbing down the whole room. People were outraged. And he was like, well, you outraged me with all your social distancing. Look at you two sitting together. You're supposed to stand 6 feet apart, but you're an idiot. You're an idiot that likes spreading germs. Then the man had the nerve to say, sir, this is my wife. We're supposed to be together. Mr. Clean slapped the man viciously across the face. He would not be being spoken to in such a negative manner and being shown such disrespect. He then sat on the man and said, if I were not so clean, and if it were not for the humble rules of my clean land, I would release my vicious human gases upon you to make you filthy. But I will not do that because I am clean. For I am Mr. Clean, and I have a job to do of making the world clean and a better place for all of mankind to reside in forever and ever and ever. The cops were called in. Mr. Clean got out his spray bottle and sprayed their faces because they were filthy and not wearing a mask or practicing social distancing. That was very not good of them. More cops had to be called to arrest the other cops that came in for not practicing social distancing or for wearing a mask. So Mr. Clean couldn't take it anymore and decided to go to Walmart to buy more cleaning utensils because the places he was at and visited and the people he was surrounded by were so disgustingly filthy and full of germs that he couldn't take it anymore. Chapter 2. Mr. Clean goes to Walmart. Walmart, yes! Mr. Clean walked into the Walmart. People were in crowds. They were not practicing social distancing. They were standing so close to each other in the line. This one person, clearly sick, coughed at another person, and the person in front of him said, hey, cough at me harder. This was filthy. Mr. Clean had enough. He got a bath bomb, and he drew it inside the building, and he left it there. Nothing happened. It didn't explode. He forgot you have to put bath bombs in water. So he got tired. He got tired of such a horrible, unpleasant day. It began to rain from the sky. Mud formed on the ground. This disgusted Mr. Clean because mud was now getting onto his clean white shoes. The horribleness of the sky. Bad. bad, he shouted at the sky. Very bad. He then cursed at a fig tree nearby for not producing plants before he went back home to scream at his invisible wife. He doesn't actually have a wife, he just has an invisible one that he talks to. The neighbors were concerned of him doing that, but they just didn't want to interfere or intervene or act like they noticed or saw. They just let him do his thing. Chapter 3. Mr. Clean went home. He sat at the TV on his favorite comfy chair, and he lifted his legs up onto a small table nearby, and he rested for a bit. But then he became angry because he forgot he trucked mud into his house, and he just started screaming out in a fit of rage because he didn't take his shoes off at the door. Now there's mud all over the floor, and there's mud on the carpet and at his favorite chair, and some mud splashed onto the television set too, and he was just so angry. There was dirty, filthy dirt felt everywhere. He fell upon his knees and cried. He cried towards the sky about how horrible his life was living in a world of filth. And then he confided in his invisible wife and told him how horrible his day was, and he felt better. He went to bed, forgetting to shower and take off his shoes, and the next morning he woke up enraged at the mud everywhere. But then he began his day cleaning everything with his supplies until he realized he was out of his supplies because he spent all of it at the theater and he didn't get any at the Walmart yesterday. So he just continued screaming loudly out a window until the neighbors called the cops because he kept screaming and he wouldn't stop screaming. He was just so filthy and there was no way to clean up his mess. He was even out of soap and hand sanitizer. And he was just sad. The end. Time for more sheets. Encore plus D fulfills. Mr. Clean. Book number 2, he goes out to Walmart. Be sure to be on the look for it next month when it's out at stores at Walmart. What a beautiful story. I can't wait for the second part. Yay! I sure hope you enjoyed reading that book with me. That was such an exciting story with Mr. Clean and his adventures. I loved the part where he cleaned. That was a cool part. Please, part 2 come out sooner. I really want to read it. I love this book so much. It's my favorite. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment down below what you would like to see more of. And maybe I'll listen, maybe I won't, because I don't care. Okay, bye, love you guys.